Today is a special day for many, but for others it can be a day of pain and even hurt. I want to spend a few moments this morning looking at the concept of a universal mother figure, the one who is always there for us, our God of grace. 1 Peter 5 verse 10. It is common on Mothering Sunday to associate the day with earthly mothers and their positive impact on our lives, to give thanks for their unwavering love and support, to recognise their unconditional love. This morning I propose a different perspective, the love and care of our God of grace. For God's love is not just a feeling, but his love is a powerful force that sustains and guides us. His love is given freely via his abundant grace, his acceptance and goodwill, regardless of whether or not we've earned it. God's nurturing care. God, like a mother, provides for our needs both spiritually and physically. One of my favourite Bible readings is Psalm 121, verse 2 says, "I will lift my eyes to the mountains. Where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth." We as mothers often lift our eyes to the hills. Cups left lying around the house, washing left in a pile, and I won't even mention husbands. And I asked Alex last night to think of one thing that he does that he thinks annoys me. So this is what he selected: wearing his shoes in the house. But I can tell you, Alex, there are far more than just wearing your shoes in the house. But thanks for your contribution. Matthew 6:25, "Therefore I tell you, do not worry about life, what you will eat or drink, or about your body, what you will wear. Is life not more important than food, and the body more important than clothes? Even clothes left in a massive pile around the house." God is always present, always listening, and always ready to offer comfort and guidance through his grace. God's unconditional love. We have heard this morning about unconditional love, like a mother's love for her child, regardless of our mistakes or our shortcomings. For those of us who recently watched the TV drama Adolescent, what a tough watch that was. The viewers were faced with a moment where this 13-year-old boy, who had committed such a horrendous crime, still needed the love and support of his parents. He still needed a hug from them. We saw that moment where there was a turning away and rejection, but love eventually won through, and by God's grace, there was the ability to offer that unconditional, loving hug. A hug that said, "I love you, my child, despite your wrongdoing." God's love to us, by grace, is unconditional. There will be consequences for our wrongful actions and self-centeredness, but it will never stop God loving us. God forgives with grace. 1 John 4:16. We know that we have come to know and believe that God loves us. God is love, and whoever lives in love lives in God, and God lives in them. God's love is strength and hope, even in the face of adversity. It is in that strength we find assurance, and in that assurance that we find peace. And finally, God's guidance and protection. A mother guides us on our path and protects us from harm. God too offers leadership and protection. Psalm 91, Who dwells in the secret place of the Most High will abide in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say to the Lord, you are my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. We can trust in God's wisdom and guidance, knowing that he will always have our best interests at heart. I'm going to ask you to reflect on God's love and to seek his guidance in your lives. How do you see God working in your life? Are there areas that you need to offer up to the God of grace this morning? And whilst accepting that we do not deserve God's favour, we thank God for accepting us, for offering us his goodness, despite the fact that we have done nothing to deserve it. It is offered unconditionally by our God of grace. We're just going to share in a prayer.